so much for having me today. I'm really excited to share my essay with you. So the title of my essay is A Creative Revolution. And the prompt this year was, how can arts be incorporated into traditional STEM education to really create an ecosystem of education that combines the best of both worlds for all students across the country. So my essay, A Creative Revolution. There are few students who can credit a hip-hop Broadway musical with their success on an AP exam. For me, one glance at the prompt flooded my mind with lyric and melody as my anxiety disappeared. The gods of advanced placement have been kind, ladies and gentlemen. My topic? The American Revolution. Who among us can honestly say they knew more than a handful of basic facts about the founding of our great nation before the Broadway musical Hamilton became the 3-hour history lesson we never knew we needed? By using theatrical storytelling as a quintessential tool in learning, education becomes relevant. Otherwise, one-dimensional figures presented on the pages of textbooks are brought to life with thrilling, real human characters who speak to students both on an intellectual and personal level. I consider myself very fortunate to live in an area where the arts are not only taken seriously, they are actively used as a method for enhancing education. For example, once my English teacher used a song from Dolly Parton's The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas as a method for showing us what logical fallacies were and how to avoid them in our writing. Unfortunately, whether by choice or in a misguided attempt to succeed in a standardized test, many schools deny their students the rich culture of theater in order to spend more time on traditional education. This misguided focus robs schools and students of the opportunity to learn in an educational environment that blends the best of both worlds. When we deny ourselves arts and education, we are denying ourselves creative individuals. The great thing about theater is that it's inclusive to all forms of art, be that visual, auditory, or written, while still incorporating STEM subjects. Putting on a show requires students to develop a variety of skills that can be applied to many facets of life. In building and designing sets, math and engineering is accompanied by meaningful kinesthetic application, which teaches students carpentry in a much more effective way than any textbook how-to description. Also, I believe it fair to say that 4-hour choreography rehearsals more than exceed physical education requirements for strength and speed. Engineer Stephen Roberts once said, "Arts without engineering is dreaming. Engineering without the arts is calculating." This educational ecosystem is created by incorporating storytelling elements into a textured curriculum. It would be hypocritical, or at the very least ironic, for me to go on and on about the value of storytelling elements without sharing a story myself. At 6'1" and 180 pounds, Joshua Patton was not only the best defensive end in our school's history, he was also the most intimidating kid on the roster of Drama 1 students who I helped tutor. By the end of the year, the kid who told me from jump that he was only taking drama as a credit needed to graduate ended up starring in 2 major school productions. Magically, a bridge emerged where before there was only a chasm of polarization. The drama kids were spending every Friday night in the bleachers, and the athletes were spending every opening night with a playbill in their hands. This sense of community, created and nurtured by theater, is what initially drew me to the arts. My theater family is a support system that helped me at a time when I struggled both as a performer and a student. The inclusive nature of this environment assimilates those who were once outsiders, allowing the Joshua Pattons to thrive in a once foreign artistic medium. Joshua Patton did not go on to pursue arts in college. He is currently an aeronautical major at the University of Central Missouri, studying to become a pilot for the U.S. Air Force. Now, for some, this alone will be enough to write off his time in the theater department as a waste. However, while writing this essay, I asked him how art influenced his current endeavors, and he told me, "It taught me to think creatively and work through difficult problems for a long period of time, in a variety of ways. It really helped make me the pilot I am today." The goal of STEAM education is not to produce a generation of only artists, but to produce a generation of well-rounded individuals who have been touched by the arts. This focus on the integration of arts and education is also helpful for the aspiring artist. After being cast in a mathematician in my school's production of the show Proof, I had several conversations with my school's calculus teacher so that I could understand what math professor Harold Dobbs, was actually saying. I learned more about the way my character thinks through the discussion of theoretical mathematics than I ever did through standard acting exercises. Education is in need of radical change. And in order to achieve this, our nation's schools must be proactive in adopting diversified instruction that incorporates the arts. Lin-Manuel Miranda's lyrics hold true. Revolution's imminent, what do you stall for? If you stand for nothing, burr, what'll you fall for? Our schools need to realize that students who have their roots firmly planted in an artistic background are more effectively equipped to not only succeed in future endeavors, but also to revolutionize their field of choice. Thank you.